A shop owner nailed a sign above his door, "Puppies for sale." And signs like this always have a way of attracting children, so it was no surprise when a young boy walked into the shop. "How much are you selling the puppies for?" "Anywhere from $15 to $30, depends on the pup." So the little boy pulled out some change from his pocket and placed it on the counter. "I have $2.37, he said. "Can I please look at them?" The shop owner smiled and whistled. 5 tiny balls of fur came speeding out of the back room, screeching to a halt at the shopkeeper's feet. But one puppy was lagging behind the pack, limping and slowly making its way to the shopkeeper. The little boy immediately singled out the limping puppy and asked, "What's wrong with that one?" The shop owner explained that the veterinarian had examined the newborn puppy and had discovered that it didn't have a hip socket. Its leg was weak, and it would always limp. It would always be lame. The little boy smiled and pointed to the puppy. "That's the one I want to buy." The shop owner shook his head. "No, you don't want to buy that dog. If you really want him, I can just give him to you." The little boy went quiet for a moment, looking down at his shoes. But when he looked back up, there was a look of determination in his eyes. "No, I don't want you to just give him to me. That little dog is worth every bit as much as any of the other dogs, and I'll pay full price for him. Here's $2.37, and I'll give you 50 cents a month until he's fully paid for." Unconvinced, the shopkeeper replied, "Trust me, you really don't want this dog. He'll never be able to run, jump, and play with you like the other puppies would." To his surprise, the little boy reached down and rolled up his pant leg to reveal a badly twisted, crippled left leg supported by a tall metal brace. He looked up at the shop owner and softly replied, "Well, I don't run so well myself, and the little puppy will need someone who understands." And this beautiful story connects to an important idea in this week's Parsha. Because each individual has their own perception of reality, their own view on religion, their own ideas about leadership, and every religion as well has its own perceptions and views on these topics. And just as a person's view serves as a gateway into understanding their inner beliefs and values, a religion's views serve as a window into its inner beliefs and value system. So when examining the Jewish approach to leadership, it's fascinating to note how diametrically opposed Jewish leadership is to other versions of leadership. In Parshas Emor, the Torah states that the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, has to be married. And while other religions require spiritual leaders to remain celibate, completely removed from the physical world, Judaism requires the opposite. And this seems dangerous because the temptations of physicality in a physical relationship can distract one from achieving spiritual perfection. So why then do we require our leaders to immerse themselves in something as physical as marriage? Other religions believe that abstaining from the physical is the sole path towards spirituality. So why and where does our view differ? So in order to understand this, we have to first understand the nature and role of Kohanim. Because there are 3 categories of Jewish leadership: the Melech, the king, the Sanhedrin, the courts, and the Kohanim, the priests. And while all 3 serve both practical and religious roles, each category maintains its own unique purpose in enabling the Jewish people to connect to Hashem and fulfill their purpose. The Melech serves as an embodiment and manifestation of Hashem in this world, completely negating his ego and serving as a transparent vessel to reveal Hashem in the world. The Sanhedrin uphold Jewish ideals in society, ensuring that the Jewish people live up to their lofty purpose and act in accordance with Torah law. And the Kohanim are charged with helping the Jewish people uplift themselves and connect with Hashem. The Kohanim's role is to guide the Jewish people in their spiritual and religious journey, helping them build and perfect their relationship with Hashem. A Kohen is therefore responsible for the Jewish people's spiritual well-being. In essence, the Kohen's role is to foster the connection between both Hashem and this world, and between Hashem and the Jewish people. And through their avoda in the Beis HaMikdash, the place of connection, the Kohanim connect the physical to the spiritual and the Jewish people to their source. And this idea is actually expressed in the word Kohen itself. The gematria, the numerical value of Kohen, is 75, which is halfway between 70 and 80. And the Maharal explains that 7 is the number of the natural. And that's why all physical and natural components of the world are built off of 7s. There are 7 days in the week, 7 notes in the musical scale, 7 colors in the spectrum of light. 8 represents going beyond the natural, which is why bris milah, circumcision, is done on the 8th day. We take the most physical and potentially animalistic organ and use it to transcend. And this is also why the miracle of Hanukkah lasted 8 days, and why Kibbutz Shemen, oil, which has the same shorish, the same root as Shmona, the number 8. It's therefore no surprise that the gematria, the numerical value of Kohen, is 75, the number directly between 70 and 80. The Kohen's role is to connect the lower with the higher, the physical to the spiritual, the finite to the infinite, the 7th to the 8th. And this is achieved specifically in the Beis HaMikdash, the ultimate place of connection. And we can now understand why the Kohen Gadol has to be married. The Kohen Gadol embodies the ultimate paradigm of kahuna. He is the paragon of connecting Klal Yisrael to Hashem, connecting the infinite to the finite. However, in order to impact others, we have to first invest in ourselves. And that's why before helping Klal Yisrael connect with Hashem, a relationship that Chazal referred to as a marriage, Aaron had to first develop his own marriage, his own experience of connection and oneness. Now, marriage is the ultimate opportunity to give ourselves fully over to another person. And this is why the Gemara presents marriage as the paradigm of fulfilling v'ahavta l're'echa kamocha. One should love their neighbor as they love themselves. Because marriage is the first opportunity we have to completely give ourselves over to someone else. Because once we love ourselves, we can expand our sense of self to include our spouse, then our family, then our friends, our community, then all of Klal Yisrael. We can then expand outwards even further to connect with all of humanity, the entire world, and eventually the entire universe. Ultimately, we can root ourselves back to the ultimate source of all self, Hashem. And while Hashem is the root of all existence and is therefore the last step in this process, He's also manifest within everything in this world, and is therefore present within every stage of the process as well. The goal, therefore, is to be aware of Hashem within every relationship we build, within ourselves, our friendships, our marriage, and our connection with all of Klal Yisrael. And it therefore makes sense that the Kohen Gadol has to first undergo the process of marriage himself, experiencing the transformative effects of expanding his sense of self before he can then progress to include all of Klal Yisrael within the sense of self. Only once he's achieved this is he ready to help Klal Yisrael build the ultimate connection in marriage with Hashem. The Kohen Gadol now understands the meaning of true connection, oneness, and love in his own personal marriage, and through doing so he can now build a deeper love and connection with all of Klal Yisrael as well. And now he's able to help Klal Yisrael truly connect with Hashem. And we can now come full circle. Last week in Parshas Kedoshim we read the words Kedoshim to you shall be holy. And this is not a call to be transcendent, angelic beings, lofty and perfect, completely beyond the struggle innate to the human condition. This is not permission to deny our humanity and restrict our sense of self. This is a calling to be human, to be the ultimate human, to bring transcendence and spirituality into this world. We don't aim to escape this world. We aim to transform it. Kedusha is not transcendence or escapism. It's found in the meeting between the transcendent and the immanent. And the same is true for our spiritual leaders. We don't seek leaders who transcend human struggle and temptation, who sit on mountaintops meditating on their navel. Our leaders are individuals who embrace the physical, uplift it, and connect it to the infinite. And each of us are leaders in our own way. Each of us has a unique mission in this world. So may we be inspired to build something powerful, sensational, and transformative within ourselves, and then seek to impact the lives of others with our unique talents, helping to build connection and oneness in this world.